Okay, so I'm back. And as I stated on the introduction video, just to, just try to state what I'm going to be talking about and whatnot. So I'm going to get right into the first topic, which is who I am exactly, who I'm from, where I'm from, and just a little bit about why I'm here and some of the things that happened or whatever. So the first thing I want to talk about is where I'm from, because I think there's a big mix. There's a lot of misunderstanding going on, like I said. So first of all, I just want to state that I am not from Satan. The proper name is Apep. That was Satan's name, his real name, Apep. Satan is what he is addressed. Satan, the devil, that's how he's addressed in Christianity mostly. Satan really is how he's addressed in Christianity. But in ancient Egyptian, his name was Apep. So I just first of all need to clear that up. That I am not. Apep did not create me. I'm not from Apep. I did not make a deal with Apep. Okay? So I just want to clear that up for 1 second. Now, what I will clarify is that my father is where I'm from, which his name was Ra. He is the ancient Egyptian god of the sun, and he is the ancient Egyptian king of all the gods and all the deities. Something else I want to clear up is this. Basically, I think people get really confused when they hear different beliefs, when they say, oh, there's different deities, there are different gods and goddesses and whatnot. They start to think like, oh, well, because I'm just going to go with the main thing. I think one of the main beliefs in, all of the world, not just America, is Christianity, and I don't have no issue with that. Beliefs, well, I'm not going to say that, but because I'll get into that. But what I will say is that, the beliefs that come from Christianity or any other beliefs that go by the Bible, which is Catholics, they go by the Bible. Jehovah's Witness, they go by the Bible. Roman Catholics, and they're the same thing. They go by the Bible. So there's a few different beliefs that go by the Bible. So basically, I used to identify myself as a Baptist, which is a sublet of Christianity, but they go by the Bible, Baptist. That's what I previously identified myself as, and so I did do some reading of the Bible. I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so I read the Bible as a child, and I also read the Bible as an adult. So I know what's in the Bible. So, I'm not uneducated when it comes to that. But the thing of it is that I know with the Bible, I'm not in competition with any, that's something else I want to clarify. I'm not trying to be in competition with any other beliefs. That is not what this is about. You are free to believe what you want to believe. You're free to practice whatever religion you choose to practice. Like, I want to make that clear. But I'm just using the Bible as a reference right now because that is a very popular belief. That's what I went by myself. So, I'm going to use that as a reference. So back to what I was saying about, not just the ancient Egyptians, but there were other beliefs and religions that believed in many deities, many gods and goddesses. So that was also the Romans, the ancient Romans, the ancient Greeks, also a lot of other ancient beliefs, such as the Mayans, such as beliefs in Asia, and all over the world, Indian, Middle Eastern, which is their true name, as I've stated previously, was Arabia in ancient times. So, in ancient times, I'm just going to say it, before Christianity existed, and to this day, many beliefs, it was, different deities, different gods and goddesses. So what I want to say about that and clear that up about is Ra, like I said, he was the king of the Egyptian gods. So what that means is that he was the most powerful of the Egyptian gods. He was the creator. So if you're a Christian or go back, the Bible as a belief, Ra would be God in Christianity. The most powerful, you know what I mean? So I know in the Bible, in Christianity, it states there's only one God, and God, and he had angels. That's what it says in the Bible. So basically, it's just the information is just switched around a little bit, because this is what that means. What the other gods and goddesses are in like Egyptian or ancient Rome or ancient Greece. The other gods and goddesses, other than the king, the most powerful, like I said, the most powerful of the ancient Egyptian gods was Ra. So that's equal to God in Christianity. So the other gods and goddesses in ancient Egyptian, ancient Roman, or, ancient Greece, to give an example, they would be equal to the angels in the Bible. So that's all that means. It's not that the fact of the matter is this. So if we're going to, so ancient Egyptian, everything, no one wants to believe this, but everything originated from Egypt. Like the ancient Egypt, this is true right now. These are facts right now. So basically everything originated in ancient Egypt, in Africa. Everyone originated, every single person originated from Africa. And they migrated to different parts of the world, mostly because of space issues. Because, the first continent that was created was Africa. But, after a while, it got crowded there, and people were forced to migrate to other parts of the world. Other lands were created, other continents. So that's what happened. So when you talk about like Ra, who is, like I said, in Christianity, Ra would be equal to God. Now, if you can say this, everyone kind of came up with their own spin on things, basically. So the ancient Romans, in ancient Rome, Jupiter would be equal to God in ancient Rome. You see, and in ancient Greece, Zeus would be equal to God in Christianity. So it was kind of the same concepts, but just switched around a little bit. But the first belief system was in Africa, Egypt to be specific. Egypt was the Mecca of Africa, and Egypt was the Mecca of the world, and Egypt and Africa was the Mecca of the world in ancient times. So, as people started to migrate to other areas, they started, more kingdoms, the Greek kingdom, the Roman kingdom, the Asian kingdom. They started these different kingdoms. So they all kind of came up with their own kind of spin on things. Same concepts, but just kind of put their own spin on it, made it customized. They customized their beliefs, basically. They came up with their own names for their deities. And, basically they customized their beliefs. They came with their own spin, but it was the same concept because there was a blueprint already. There was already a blueprint. So once people started to migrate, they kind of had a blueprint to go by, and which was ancient Egypt. They went by the original blueprint, which is why in ancient Rome, ancient Greece, you'll have, the god of love, the goddess of love, the god of this, the goddess of that. Same in Greek and same in Roman and Egypt. So basically, it's not that it's more than one god. The fact of the matter is the other gods and goddesses, other than the Most High, the most powerful one, would be equal to angels in the Bible. So basically, angels in the Bible, those would be the other gods and goddesses and other beliefs. Basically, they're called gods and goddesses, even though they're not the most high and powerful. They're called gods and goddesses instead of angels because they got the title. They got that title. You know what I mean? You get the title because each god and goddess, they made contributions. You know what I mean? Even God needs help. Even God needs help. So that's the same concept as the angels in the Bible. That's the same concept. The angels help God, right? That's what it says. You know what I mean? So that's the same concept. But with ancient Egypt, they got that title. They got the title. First of all, they got the title God or goddess of this or that, because whatever they were the god or goddess of is what their specific contribution was to, excuse the background noise, but I'm outside, so excuse the background. But whenever they were the god or goddess of, they specifically got, that was their contribution. So they specifically got the title, they specifically got that title for that specific contribution. So you got the respect. You know what I mean? You weren't just grouped into one name, one category. You were individualized. Like, Ra made sure to do that because he was grateful and thankful for their contributions and for the help that they gave him in whatever they contributed. B, it was individualized. He seen them as individuals. He didn't just group them all together. You know what I mean? Because each of them were very unique, and each of their contributions were extremely unique. So it was you were individualized. You weren't just seen as one group of people. So you got the title. You got the title also because anything that comes from God and is of God is considered godly. So you can look at a tree and say that's godly because that's from God. You know what I mean? So you got that title. You're the god of this. You're the goddess of that. You got the title. You know what I mean? So that is why they are called gods and goddesses in ancient Egyptian as opposed to angels, because he individualized them. Like I said, out of gratitude. He was grateful and appreciative of their contributions and their hard work, because God had enough responsibilities on his own, Ra. So he needed the assistance, But he was very gracious and appreciative of the assistance that whatever they contributed. So that's why they're individualized. And there are many, many, many ancient Egyptian deities. So there's not just a few other than Ra. There are many. So, everyone, he delegated. That's what he did. He delegated specific responsibilities and contributions. So everyone had their own responsibility. And you were individualized, like I said. You got the title. out of respect and gratitude. So that's why they're called gods and goddesses as opposed to angels. So, could you excuse me for 1 second? I am going to end this video right now and go on to the next topic. 1 second.